Greetings, inequalities. It's like a puzzle. To have an equation, we must have the equal sign. Well, what is equal? When we have two sides equal to each other, so 1 is equal to 1. It indicates that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side, as you can see here. Now, if we make a change to the left hand side, it must appear in the right hand side. Don't forget. Okay. Now this is not an equation. Equal sign must not exist between these two numbers, as 1 is not equal to 10. Now both sides are not equal, so this is not an equation, but it's an inequality, as 1 is smaller than 10. Inequality symbols have less than or equal, greater than or equal. We have x less than 1, then x must have all the values that's less than 1, but x can't be equal to 1. So 1 will be open circle, as we don't have the 1, but we have all the values that's less than 1. Okay, if we have x less than or equal to 1, so we have 1 with us, so x will have values from 1 to the negative infinity. But in here it was different. We don't have the 1 to the negative infinity, so we have 0.99, we have 0.999, but we don't have the 1. Okay, when we have x bigger than or equal 1, so x will have all the values bigger than 1 and 1, so x from 1 to positive infinity. We have x bigger than 1, as previous. We don't have the 1, as x is only bigger than, not bigger than or equal, so it must be bigger than 1 after the 1 to the infinity, but we don't have the 1. Don't forget, when we have smaller than or bigger than, we don't have the equal, so the number will not be with us. Okay. Exercise 1. We have 2 smaller than or equal x, so x will have all the number greater than 2 with the 2. We have 2 with us, don't forget. Okay, x smaller than or equal 1, so we have the 1 to the negative infinity, as x has all the values smaller than or equal to 1. Okay, 2 smaller than x, well, smaller than, not smaller than or equal, so we don't have the 2 to the positive infinity. X starts from the 2, but we don't have it. Maybe we have 2.1, 2.001, but we don't have the 2 to the infinity. Okay, now we have x less than 1. Oh, we don't have the 1, and to the negative infinity, as x is less than 1. Okay, negative 2 smaller than or equal x smaller than or equal 1. So we start from negative 2 to the 1, and we have both the negative 2 and the 1, because it has smaller than or equal, not only smaller than. Okay, the next one, negative 2 smaller than x smaller than 1. Okay, we don't have the equal here, so we don't have the negative 2 and we don't have the 1. Okay, negative 2 smaller than x smaller than or equal 1. Okay, we'll start from the negative 2, but we don't have it, and we will stop at the 1. So the x values is from negative 2 to 1, but we don't have the negative 2, and we have the 1, because it's smaller than or equal 1. Exercise 2. Can you tell me what this number 9 represents? If this values is the domain of x, so x will have values negative 2 smaller than or equal x. It starts from negative 2 and ends at the infinity. Okay, for this 3 to the negative infinity. Okay, we have x smaller than or equal 3. You notice we don't have the circles here because we have this number with us because it's smaller than or equal, smaller than or equal. Don't forget, we have them with us. Okay, 0, oh, now we don't have the 0, so it will be 0 smaller than x. Okay, cool. I have negative 1, we don't have the negative 1, and it goes to the positive infinity. So we have negative 1 smaller than x. Okay, we have 1, it's going to the negative infinity. So we have x smaller than 1. Exercise 3. Now we have them combined. You start at negative 2 and end at 1, and we have the both. So we have negative 2 smaller than or equal x, smaller than or equal 1. Now we start at the negative 2, but we don't have it. It's open circle, and end at 1, it's open circle. So we have negative 2 smaller than x, smaller than 1, not smaller than or equal. Pay attention. Most of the students forget about it. When we have smaller than or equal, we have the numbers with us. We don't have the equal, so we don't have them with us. Okay, don't forget this point. Okay, we start at the negative 2 at the open circle, so we don't have it with us, and we end at 1. So negative 2 smaller than x, smaller than or equal 1 because we have 1 with us. Okay, we start at negative 1 and end at 3, and we don't have both. So negative 1 smaller than x, smaller than 3. Here we have 0, we don't have it, ends at 3, so 0 smaller than x, smaller than or equal 3, because we have the 3, and we don't have the 0. Thank you for paying attention, and good luck.